Nation here, and welcome back to today's broadcast. My name is Jackson Pride Brown, joined alongside Dan, Mr. Danders here, Banner, and honestly, it's going to be a good one. We're back here with winners round 4, I believe it is, here for the Collegiate Rock League East Qualifier number 2. Saints have been on a hot run so far. They won 2-0, 2-0, and that's where we're kind of hot here right now in round number 4.
I mean, 2-0s, but they haven't necessarily been blowouts, though. That's the scary thing. And
yeah, they've been close for sure here now, and we're going to expect nonetheless here, continuing on with our day. Round number 4, as we were saying, and I can't actually quite remember the school's name again right now.
We're going against Johns Hopkins.
Johns Hopkins, yes, that's what it was. And this is a big game because the winner of this game most likely going to be going up against the 1 seed.
And then I'm scared.
Yeah, that's going to be King Tornado here coming up if you do most likely win this game. I mean, King Tornado, they haven't been advanced yet, but we know that they are one of the biggest threats in the bracket here, and the Saints have gone up against them before here. And
it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty, which is why we're a little bit concerned on the back end. But regardless, the Saints have had some time to work over some kinks. It's been a long offseason, and they've been looking good here all day long. Last weekend, they looked great, so we'll see if they can keep up with the momentum they currently have under their belt. But first, we got to get through Johns Hopkins. They've been having a good run here today still as well, and this is still going to be best of 3s. And honestly, anybody's game to take. St. Clair has had a lot of close ones today.
Yeah, absolutely. And then John Hopkins, they just came up with, they finished their match pretty quick too. Like by the time that we finished, they were just sitting in lobby. It's like, okay, whatever you are, let's go. We're ready. We're warm. So definitely a rough to kind of see this team just sitting there waiting for us to come meet them. But John Hopkins, we've played them in other esports titles. I can't remember if we've necessarily played with them in Rocket League yet, but looking forward to it nonetheless. They've always been very solid. So
yeah,
like the rest of the games we've had so far, it's looking like it should be a close series in theory.
Yeah, it really should be a good one here coming soon. And honestly, I can't really predict the winner. This one, I'm very much so expecting to be a close game. I want to try. No, because I know I'm going to be wrong. It's the caster's curse, man. But no, I'd like to see the Saints maybe come through the win. But at the end of the day, I'd love to see a good game come through. And regardless, I can't wait to see this skill level of this Johns Hopkins roster because, like you said, we've seen them in other titles. We haven't really seen them here in Rocket League as much. So we are just going to be waiting to get this one started here. We had a little bit of technical difficulty starting off loading into the game. But regardless, the Saints, if they can make it as far as they can in the winner side of the bracket, it'll generously benefit them.
Yeah, benefits you. Like at this point, if you drop on down, you're easily like over halfway to like 3/4 of the way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Tournament.
They're already in like the top 16, I think, right now. With that being said, they're like because just winning a few winners games are so big to put yourself into an immediate position. We actually do have a look at the bracket here. Yeah, we have some time, so might as well take a look. If you do see at the very bottom of your screen, St. Clair versus John Hopkins down there. Winner will be going up against Ole Miss versus King Tornado. And if we scroll down a little bit there, we can actually see where the loser will go down a little bit more, and the loser will go to lower round 5. Loser of AK and match BU down there will be the loser of this game. That's where they go. So regardless, we do have a little bit of a wait here to start this one off, but yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens here in just a little bit here. St. Clair Saints, though, and John Hopkins looking to get into this one momentarily, and a big game because lower round 5 and lower round 7 is the difference here, I believe, if you lose from this round to the next one.
Yeah, you'd be in either... Yeah, you win, you're in losers quarterfinals. That's basically guaranteed top 5, I do believe.
Yeah.
But then you lose now, you're fighting for 9th, or you'll go out 9th if you lose there. So I mean, doesn't matter at the end of the day because if you're not first, you're last.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. Right?
You still like at the same time though, like seeing how Green did last one, getting themselves the top 5, I do believe.
Yeah, they placed tied for 5th. They placed top 6.
That's still extremely respectable. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to take anything away from that by all means. But I mean,
sure.
like in terms of the goal itself, like having to win each of these divisions, that is such a
hard.
Tough task. Well, but at the end of the day, it's just going to make this this league play portion of CRL just you're going to get the most ridiculous and like top level matches. It'd be really cool to have 2 Saints teams up there, though, to be honest.
Well, you look at it. So there's 8 brackets. Each bracket has 40 to 41 teams in the bracket. So you're doing your quick math of 8 times 40. I'm not doing it right now because it's a Sunday. But you do the quick math of 8 times 40 or whatever it is, right? And you have that many teams coming through and actually playing out here today. And only 1 makes it through each of these brackets here. And you have 2 of these qualifiers. So you have 16 teams total. 8 make it last weekend. 8 make it this today here through those 8 brackets. And honestly, it is just a grind to make it through. Just as you were saying, right? You come in here, 11:30 a.m. You start playing your first games at noon, and if you actually end up being the qualifying team, you're not finishing up until around 6 p.m. So, about 6 hours straight if you are that qualifying team, and you go through like 15 games, like with like 40 individual maps. So it's absolutely crazy. You get a lot of Rocket League action if you actually do end up, making it to that final 3, qualifying, whatever it may be. But with that being said, we are going to be loading into this game here now against John Hopkins. Just going to be getting this one started as the technical difficulties have been smoothed over. I'm very, very excited to get underway.
I mean, bless these people. They were waiting for, they're kind of waiting for me to join the lobby. Apparently, it didn't do it automatically for once. So here we are. Thank you, everybody, for not jumping the gun here and making it so that we would be jumping into this game halfway through. But we do have everybody lining up in just a second. We have Infinite Troll, Tricky, and let me see if I can get that last one there for the side. Antiquilda. I'm going to be butchering that one all day, let's be honest here. But that's going to be your squad here for JHU. Without further ado, let's get on into the game.
Yeah, we'll get this one started here for sure. Both teams have been on a roll here today so far, and both teams are looking to keep it going. It's going to be a battle towards midfield here. Starts off, but Tricky will be the one to maintain ball control and will look to take it here into the St. Clair territory and try to maybe find the back of the net. But no, Ramen is going to be quick to turn things around. Fusion looking to follow up this play. Going to be a little shy, though, and now Kamal is in the net in a 1-on-3 case scenario. Quick pass up to Fusion. Could be an offensive play, but he's going to be in a 1-on-3 himself. Not going to work out nicely, and, a pretty even stalemate of the first 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, it is kind of tennis or ping-ponging it back and forth as of right now, to say the least. But Saints do have it at least inside of the JHG zone for just a second. Infinite Troll going to clear things out for just the time being, but nothing too threatening as of this moment. Tricky might have the opportunity there. Shot is going to go slightly above the crossbar, however. It's going to allow Kamal, gets past Manti, and that's going to be actually enough to get himself the opportunity to put it in the back of the net. Beautifully done here. Individual effort for Kamal, gets past Manti, and is going to find just enough of an angle to squeak that past Tricky. Tricky gets a piece of it, but not enough. Saints up 1.
Yeah, not tricky enough as Tricky there in that one, as he tries to come through and make his way into the stop, but like you were just saying, it is going to be able to get snuck through just barely, and Kamal going to come through with another big shot, but Infinite Troll will be there for the defense, not allowing Kamal to find 2 in the matter of 5 seconds. So we'll see if this one does get turned around here for JHU, but a good start for St. Clair, and to find themselves a little bit of an advantage here now as Ramen looking to keep the pressure on. Fusion going to come in hot and ready, and he's going to try to find something as well. Kamal keeping the play alive. This is a decent center, but Infinite Troll will be here to stop things out. Fusion, though, not going to allow that one to go into the St. Clair zone. Fusion actually maybe trying to find an offensive play with it. Dropped in front of the JHU net. Nobody going to be there to play off it, though.
Yeah, good thing for the side of JHU. Tricky was there to make that save right on the moment they needed to. With that being said, Troll now getting a little bit feisty again. Don't know what it is about these Saints matches that we've been seeing, but it feels like demos have been a little bit more prominent across this entire tournament as of right now. I don't know if it's just everyone knowing that it's the last-ditch effort trying in the CRL and they're not taking any prisoners or what, but demo's definitely on the table. Good little opportunity here, 2-on-1, and right now Tricky is going to try and take the shot, but Ramen going to push it aside.
Yeah, and actually this is a floater that could work out well for St. Clair. It's going to be Fusion there, but not going to get enough connection on that one to get off his car fast enough. It's going to be Infinite Troll able to stop that one from happening. Kamal trying to be a menace on the opposing side zone, but not going to work out here for him, as Fusion, though, will be able to follow it up with a little bit of battle towards the corner. Tricky going to come out with it, though. It's going to force Kamal and Ramen both back on the defense. That's a good shot. Going to be a little high, and Ramen barely squeaking by with the save.
All right, still kind of stuck in the same zone, however. Ramen up there to try and push it. Gets a piece of it, but ends up being a bounce pass over to Infinite Troll. Ends up going over to Fusion, and now he's going to end up clearing this. So this will give St. Clair just a brief opportunity to try and slow it down, but just kind of stuck in the midfield. Bit of a drag race forward. Tricky back to Infinite Troll. Going to be right on target, actually. It is going to be pushed aside, however. But back and forth right now. JHU looking for that tying goal, and still have the pressure, but just haven't quite found the cleanest of opportunities just yet, until maybe right now.
Yeah, St. Clair's defense is looking really, really strong right now. JHU has definitely had a couple great offensive opportunities that St. Clair has just answered with a better defensive play on, and it's really helped allow them to maintain this 1-goal advantage for so long. But Infinite Troll going to come through off the post. Dan, I don't know what it is with the post today, but we are seeing shot after shot after shot go onto the post there. Only about 90 seconds left in play. JHU, I mean, time is starting to become of the essence. I didn't think this 1-goal lead was really going to be something to sustain, but it so far is.
Yeah, the post, just everyone's best friend apparently today, because, yeah, that shot was an absolute bullet coming out from JHU, and there would have been no Saints to make that save, but the post coming in clutch nonetheless. Now, Tricky in the skies, no boost to really make the play, though. However, Ramen is ready to go. Fusion off the backboard. Can he get maybe a little bit of insurance here for St. Clair? Passes off to Ramen, but the shot is going to be pushed aside by Infinite Troll. Now right back into the midfield zone. Kamal trying to put this right back into the JHU defending area, but now it's going to be Mancy alongside Infinite Troll, centering pass, a little bit high though, just kind of stuck in the corner. They're in the Saint zone, but they cannot get the ball down in the crease.
Yeah, Ramen actually really just slowed down his car right there to not make immediate contact on the ball, because even if it does just waste 2-3 seconds, those 2-3 seconds are so valuable here right now for St. Clair to really just knock off the clock. At this point in time, you could really full commit to the defense and just try to, you know, have that triple defender play for the next 20 seconds, not allowing anything to come through. Kamal with a big clear. There's not a lot of time left on the clock. This 1-goal lead might just do it justice. This might be the insurance there, but no, Infinite Troll with the save. 15 seconds here now. Time is ticking down. Kamal and Ramen still keeping this one in the JHU territory. Don't get a little too overzealous though. You got to get back on the defense. There's only 5 seconds left. JHU, this is your last ditch effort to come through and try to find this one here. Now 2 seconds. They carry it through and he finds it and makes it through. 1 second. Infinite Troll will connect onto the goal line and that one will sneak its way in. What a play. What a play. Fusion just trying to hold on, but it was a last minute effort and it works out for JHU. We are heading to OT, Dan.
Oh, literally the last possible second too, because had like 1 more second pass and that ball, because it did hit the ground, that would have ended it. The game would have ended with the ball right on the goal line. But now we have ourselves our first overtime here for St. Clair in this in the second CRL East qualifier. And now pressure is on for them to try and start the series off on the right foot. But JHU, they have to be like jumping in their seats right now. That just saved them the series.
Yeah, it did for sure. I mean, that series was not going to go in their favor by any means here if St. Clair does find that game 1. And I mean, if you find game 1 in a series as well, you have a huge upper hand. So at least JSU going to have a little bit of an effort here now to try to find that game 1 for themselves. Kamal with a flick almost sneaks it in himself, but the rebound is there for Fusion. That is why you always have people playing the rebounds. Kamal gets a great shot. It takes out so many of the defenders, puts all 3 of them out of position, opens it up for Fusion. That's the game winner. Game 1 will go to St. Clair, and they're going to have a 1-0 advantage in the series.
And then all of that started just because Kamal slowed down.
Yeah.
Like, everyone on the side of JHU just expected, okay, it's overtime. They're just going to try and blast the net over and over again. Kamal slows it down. And you could see, like you were calling it out, all the 3 members of JHU, they're kind of frozen for a second. And then by the time the actual pass happens, they're flat foot, basically. Like, they weren't in the right position.
You don't have boost, you're not in the right position, and it's so hard to get back in a position when you see Fusion coming in at, what is it, like 80 kilometers an hour? Just absolutely so fast and ready to just smoke that ball. And at that point in time, you're like almost screwed. Like, you'd really have nowhere to go. So we'll see what happens here now. But St. Clair, with that 1-0 advantage in the series, looking to run with it here now and potentially find another one on series point. I think this is also our last set of best of 3s. Yes, it is. I'm correct here. If St. Clair does win this one, we go to best of 5s. If they lose this one, we stick with best of 3s.
For quarters or semis? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I think you're on the right track. We'll confirm, of course, in a little bit here. I believe you're correct, though. But yeah, unfortunate again for JHU, you can't win the drag race when your opponent had like a 5-second head start, regardless of how good you are. So just such an amazing turnaround there for St. Clair after going to that first overtime. Happy that they didn't let that drag on for too long, because some of those could get exhausting. We see ourselves our first shot, rebound as well, and Fusion is going to start off the scoring here, and game number 2 after a bit of a bounce shot after the pass from Kamal.
Yeah, right how he ended game 1 too, right? I mean, he came in playing the rebounds, and he's gonna do it again. I think Fusion is one of those great players to come in, play the flex, and play the defense, and come in, play rebounds when you can. It works out very well for Saints. They have that 1-0 lead here now. Once again, 50 seconds have passed by. They're looking to keep the momentum going. But so far, if you're JHU, you have to answer back. Fusion almost with another. Roman with the rebound. St. Clair is heating up here, Dan.
Okay, yeah, this might be too far gone at this point here. JHU might be a little bit shook after that last one, because Turkey made actually a brilliant save to use the post, but again, you gotta watch out for the person ready with the rebound. In this case, that's gonna be Ramen. Now we have ourselves a little bit of insurance, not even a minute into this game, and JHU need to bring it back quickly, otherwise they might have just straight up fallen apart. And is this on target?
No,
so close, so close.
A little bit wide, but I mean, if it was, it'd be detrimental here for the side of JHU. I mean, St. Clair has found 2 early ones already, and you kind of have to start to really slow things down if you're JHU, and you really can't allow St. Clair to find another one at this point in time, because then you're just going to have to honestly start triple committing players to play so early on in the series. But that is going to be Manti Tequila coming through with that big save. Kamal here as well, though, going to be trying to clear this one through. That's a good shot, but Fusion is going to be able to play both sides of the ball. Nice reversing save there for Kamal. Or for Fusion, sorry.
Yeah, the pressure's still on, however. Ramen's going to have to carry this one to the corner, and the 50-50 versus Tricky is going to go in the Saints' favor for at least the moment. Did get passed back to some of the JHU members. Pop fly through the crease, so we already see Kamal up in the skies, basically right at home here on the pitch. Just up and looking for an air dribble. Not quite going to find what he was looking for, however, but that demo is going to at least put this push that the side of JHU did have, just kind of knock it dead for a second. Another minute off the clock here, 3 minutes still in this game. Of course, still striking distance. Not the time to say die yet if you are Johns Hopkins, but this definitely hurts a little.
Goonies never say die, Dan. Goonies never say die, but it is going to be St. Clair here now up 2-0. Still maintaining that lead, right? I mean, they're just burning time off the clock. We're approaching the halfway marker here now once again, and they're keeping the offensive going. That's the big thing. Sometimes you see teams take a little bit of an advantage and start to really slow down their offensive pressure, but no, that is where you make your mistake. St. Clair is wasting so much time by even just firing away shots on the JHU net. This is all time spent in the offensive zone. Another great one for Ramen that almost went through. Not going to work out, but Fusion here now also going to be playing the defense on this one, or sorry, trying to play the offense on this one. Not going to work out. Ramen for a center up in the air, but Kamal no boost to go and find that play, and just more time has been burned off the clock. St. Clair still keeping it in the offensive zone. Another drop shot going to go on target. No one in there for the rebound, but Fusion still keeping this play in JHU zone.
Tricky has just spent like the last 20 seconds doing remarkable on defense without any boost in the slightest. Used it all on the first initial save, which was like literally a last second save, but blocked maybe 2, maybe 3 more shots just by flipping around. Now we do see Fusion in the center, but did not necessarily have the clear shot, so I don't mind him waiting in that position. But we do seem to have the Saints in more of a dump and chase kind of style right now, which in the past, like, I'm not 100% a fan of, because like best defense is good offense for the most part. Anytime we usually see the Saints let up on the gas, they don't throw the game, but they leave themselves open surprisingly. You'd think that going for more offense would put you open, but if anything, the overly defensive play is throwing them off a little bit.
No, yeah, honestly, Saints' offense is their defense. And that, like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to break it down, but it is.
Yeah.
So, regardless, I mean, we are approaching the minute marker here now, so they've been still doing a great job. What was it? The first 2 were scored in the first minute, I think.
Yeah.
And we really just haven't seen much since then. So, St. Clair is still doing a good job of maintaining this. They're still getting plenty of shots on the net. Infinite Troll with the big demo on a Fusion could open things up, but that's a goal.
Wow.
And Ramen from deep, from downtown, finding a third for St. Clair. And that's just going to make it even more difficult here now for JHU, Dan. St. Clair is just giving themselves even more and more comfort. 2, it's a little comfortable, but the 3 just almost seals the deal at this point. Almost.
I mean, you think that it's safe to just dump it along the boards, dump it on the wall, and then even if you don't get the most of that shot, like, you can capitalize on it after the fact. But that was perfect there for Ramen. Just catches the bounce right off the boards, and it's going to drill it home for goal number 3 here of this one. But now JHU looking for some offense. Ramen going to be on the defensive side of things this time, and we get this cleared all the way down. There's only Infinite Troll left, and is not going to be able to get enough. Hat trick for Ramen.
Yeah, Ramen's been, and all of these are like long-range lobs that just, he finds the opening net. JHU, they know they have to get more aggressive on offense here now, so they are over-rotating. Ramen is abusing that coming through here and really just saying, okay, JHU, you want to come through and rotate all your players on us? We will just lob shots from our own crease and hope they land on target. Twice they've landed on target here now. Ramen has found both of those. It gives St. Clair that extra insurance. They're going to lead 4-0 with only 25 seconds on the clock. JHU doesn't have many options.
Yeah, just after that overtime loss, it just felt like Johns Hopkins fell apart, it seems, and or Saints just absolutely flipped the switch and are just absolutely cracked out right now, because they are doing a fantastic job. 10 seconds left to go in this one. There is no coming back from this one, and JHU going to be sent down to lowers right around the top 9 area. So granted, still a decent, like, not too far away from.
They're not in a bad position.
It's solid, yeah. But now this means our Saints. Is this
Winner
winners
semis.
quarters, finals, or semis now?
Yeah, so we actually can just cut this one over to a bracket. You can see the scoreboard here for a few seconds, but yeah, we'll just take a quick look at the bracket because this is where everyone wants to see. This is what we want to see. King Tornado wins. St. Clair wins. We are going to see a St. Clair versus King Tornado rematch here. This is going to be a best of 5 coming through, our first best of 5 of the day. The winner will go to winners finals, secure themselves top 3 positioning. The lower will go down to lures. Everybody has secured themselves top 6 though, if you are in winner semis. So we'll see what they can do, but
we might have to hang on a second. This series might not be over.
Oh, they're best of 5s.
We might be in the best of 5 territory right here inside of
I thought
the quarters. It was semis last time, wasn't it?
It was semis last weekend. Am I losing my mind over here, Dan? I'm not sure.
It's okay if you're losing your mind, then we're just both losing at this point here. But yeah, everyone's running back into the match. So yeah, we're not quite done just yet here. And honestly, thank God for JHU because yeah, okay, one rough overtime loss, a little bit of a heartbreaker. Okay, sure. Then all of a sudden, okay, we kind of lost this one a little bit in terms of like momentum. They were just shattered from the last time by. Wait a minute, you're telling us we get a second chance?
Yeah,
and I mean, it was just perfect timing.
This is absolutely unreal. I mean, JHU able to come back in here and have another opportunity to find things here now. So we'll see what they can do. But I mean, regardless, St. Clair, they just got to do it again here almost to find something to work out here for themselves. They're already up 2-0 here in this series, and they are going to be looking for their third to try to cap things off. But John Hopkins, now they have an opportunity to reverse sweep. And I really feel like last weekend semis was best of 5 start, but hey, never know.
It's more Rocket League, so we'll take it.
Yeah, we will take it. More content here anyhow. St. Clair looking to carry on with the momentum they just gained from that Game 2 victory, looking to find the third here as well and take this best of 5 series win.
Yeah, sometimes the beauty of collegiate is that you don't know what you're getting until it's right there in front of you.
It's like a present.
I guess so. But now we're just kind of stuck right now in JHU's zone. Lots of players on JHU just completely without boost. Granted, Ramen's not going to have much either after just coming off the demo, but no real heavy hitting shots as of this moment. Still 0-0 a minute in, much different compared to game number 2. But shot towards the net is going to be pushed aside, and a relatively quiet start for this one.
Yeah, relatively quiet start here indeed for this one. I mean, last time we saw Saints with a 2-0 lead only a minute in. This time around, it's going to be, you know, a battle, right? I mean, it's going to be a little bit slower play, a battle towards the midfield for each team to try to find their own opportunities and set something up. Ramen, he's been hot lately. Can he find another? No, he's going to be following through there on that one. Very close to getting the double tap off the backboard, but not going to work out. And it's going to be St. Clair looking to regroup.
Okay, we've seen the Saints, both Saints teams, to be honest, anytime, even if it's like extremely high up in the crease, that they can oftentimes find those hard angle knockdown shots and still make it into the net. But obviously extremely difficult to execute in the pressure of a tournament game. So Ramen not going to capitalize on it this time but still very threatening in its own right. Fusion going to be bringing this now into the JHU zone, beats out the defender, and it does end up being a centering pass, but it looks like Infinite's going to at least pressure Kamal a little bit, and ends up just being kind of dumped into the corner.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be a play in the corner here now between these two teams, between St. Clair and John Hopkins here. I mean, we're approaching the halfway marker here already in this one. Fusion with a little bit of a lob shot, not going to work out. Ramen, though, quick on the rebound, off the backboard, double top, not going to work, come out, and it's going to be tricky there to try to clear the ball here. Now, Kamal keeping the play alive, keeping it in the offensive zone, but a great try there from St. Clair, just a near miss on the play, and Ramen's had some great openings, but just so close.
And then Tricky, I know I kind of showed him out a little bit during game number 2 as we see Kamal going up to this guy is looking for one, but Tricky is the one getting like 3 saves without any boost. In that last one, absolutely backed up Infinite Troll after missing the initial save, but Tricky was right there with the next save. So defensively, they're so strong. Infinite Troll going to find another save after Fusion is trying to carry it in himself from the skies. Would have been right on target too. So good one in JHU's right. But now, can they turn this around into some offense? Ramen is looking to just shut that down instantly.
Yeah, this is a very fast shot coming in from Fusion once again. And that's going to be 3 shots for him already, but getting denied on every one. John Hopkins has been playing stellar defense here in this game number 3. Now under 2 minutes here for both teams, and we're still scoreless on the scoreboard here right now. Ramen going to try to change that right here, though. He will send it off the backboard a little too high, though. Kamal coming in here for the backup, and now that actually is going to be Kamal flying in. He's stuck in the offensive zone as JHU is looking to set up an opportunity. That's going to be Ramen on the last second save. If Ramen does not get that contact, that's a goal for the side of JHU.
Oh, absolutely. That was a bullet going towards the net there as we now see another opportunity. Maybe Tricky can find another one in just a moment. We've been praising him for his defense, now finding a couple shots on the board as well. 2 currently plus the 1 save. So trying to make some work, trying to make something happen here for John Hopkins. And instead we see ourselves another centering attempt, but that is extremely high. I'd be very surprised if they'd be able to capitalize on that. Tricky going to take this into the corner. Center is going to be denied here by Raman. Mancy looks to punt in. That's actually quite a nice bounce, but it's going to be pushed aside by Kamal.
Yeah, pushed inside indeed. And now it's only a minute remaining here on the clock. Next goal is going to have such an advantage. I thought it could have came through there, but there just was a defender behind that ball to save that one. So it's going to be John Hopkins once again with another save. Infinite Troll trying to take it high to the skies, but Fusion quick to deny that one coming through. And Raman here now keeping this play into the John Hopkins zone. Going to be trying to take it off the backboard once again, like he has been doing, all day long, honestly. But it will be denied here. John Hopkins starting to pick up a little bit on St. Clair's tricks. It was a 4-0 scoreline last game, and it's not looking like it is going to be in this one, as only 30 seconds are on the clock, and we are still scoreless. Tricky with another save.
I mean, John Hopkins looks a little bit nervous, though. We saw both of them, of the defenders, launch themselves toward that ball to the point where they made collision with each other before the ball. Granted, for their benefit, they hit the ball before they actually got sent flying, but like you can see, maybe the nerves, the comms might be getting a little bit cluttered, to say the least, here as Saints. One more opportunity. Can Raman seal the deal right now? No, he gets straight up demoed. Just takes him right out of the play. Nicely done there from Tricky. One more shot, just opts to let the ball hit the ground. Nicely done there for JHU. We have ourselves overtime yet again.
Scoreless, too.
And that is a very different game compared to game number 2. Let's see if JHU can tie this one up, or not tie this one up, but get themselves a win here in game number 3. Or St. Clair going to finish this with 2 overtime wins plus the dominating game 2.
Yeah, we'll see what both teams opt to do here now as St. Clair does try to get a very aggressive shot in OT. Just 20 seconds through. Kamal off the car going 106 kilometers per hour. This game will end after 5.5 minutes. Fusion's assist going to help out. Kamal finding that one so big for St. Clair. Will win their first best of 5 today, even though we didn't even know it was going to be one. But regardless, they are going to be getting ready now to face the one and only King Tornado in winner semis. So that'll be coming up here right after this here. We will be back in just a few minutes as King Tornado is already sitting there and waiting. So we're going to cut to our break here in just a moment. My name is Jackson Pride Brown, joined alongside Dan, Mr. Danners, winner semis of CRL East Qualifier 2 against King Tornado up next.